BlkOps, this is Antonio and Kelly. You are in our HQ. Today we're going to go over some warm-up, we're going to go over some technique work, and then we're going to give you a burner workout at the end that's going to incorporate all those movements we teach you today. For most of you, this is your first experience with BlkOps, and this is our online virtual community. We've developed this program for months now, and we're really excited to introduce you to this. So, to start, we're going to go over warm-up. We always enforce a warm-up on all our members, and our online community is no different. So the first thing we're going to start with is just grabbing our right hand, and we're going to pull that hand down, stretch out your forearm, stretch out your wrist. You want that arm nice and straight. And then you're going to switch sides to the left arm, pulling it straight down. All right, shake it out. Next, left arm's going to go across the body, and you're going to hook it with your right arm and pull that bicep into your chest. Try to pull your shoulder across your body. Good. You switch sides. Holding it for about 10, 15 seconds. All right, good guys. Now we're going to do some arm hugs. Nice and relaxed. Wrapping around the body, and I alternate every time I come back around. And then we're going to go into some neck rotation. So you can put your feet under your hips, or essentially hip width, and hands on your hips, and we're just going to roll that neck. Might feel some cracks in there, that's all good. And then back the other way. All right, good. Now we're going to work on our calves. Get up nice and high on your toes. Make sure you hold your balance first. Never stand too narrow in your setup. You're always going to have your feet lined up under your hips, depending on what movement you're doing. But I don't ever tell anyone to have that really close foot stance. We're just going all the way up, stretch at the top, wake up those calves, wake up your ankles. Into some foot rolls. This is really good anytime before you go for a run. Sometimes your feet are asleep, and that first step kind of jolts your body. So this is a great way to just wake up the feet and get them ready for what's coming. All right, good. Now from the side profile, we're going to do some toe touches. And when we do these, I want you to keep your back straight. So the way we do that is we're going to bend our knees slightly. That way, if your hamstrings are tight, no big deal. So what I'll do is, I'll put my feet about hip width again. I'm going to push my butt back. You're going to bend your knees slightly, reach down, touch, and then drive through your heels as you stand up. So reach down and touch. Now, if you want to fire your way back up, we call that dynamic. That's going to start to wake up that posterior chain. Your posterior chain is essentially the backside of your body. We have our hamstrings, you have your glutes, your spinal erectors, so we're waking up that posterior chain. And your posterior chain is some of your biggest muscles as well. This is where you're going to do most of your lower body movement. All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go down to the floor, and we're going to start stretching out our shoulders. So Kel, you'll be over here facing this way. I'll be down in the front. You'll be watching us from the profile position. So we're going to go down on our knees. We're going to walk our hands out. Middle fingers are going to be 12 o'clock. That means they're straight ahead. And what I'm doing there is making sure that your hands are straight. And then we're going to sit back on our heels and then push our head through our shoulder, basically past our arms. You can rock side to side if you like. You can walk your hands a little further away to add more to the stretch. All right, good. And now we're going to stretch out our wrists a little bit. So what we want to do here, you're going to put your fingers facing your legs, so your hands are like backwards. And keep those hands flat, your elbows locked out, and you're just going to sit back slightly. You can rock side to side. You're probably feeling a lot of action in your wrists, in your hands. Some of you that's really tight, this is something you want to start incorporating a lot to start stretching out those wrists. Now we're going to go the back of your hands flat to the ground, and this is also going to be uncomfortable. So you're going to back of the hand flat. Most of you will probably have your elbows bent right now. I want you to lock them out. Lift your chest high. Sit back if you can. If you can't, no big deal, because you're already going to be getting some stretching here. All right, good guys. Next, what we're going to do is what's called a Superman. We're going to start working on your lower back. So Kelly's going to lay out straight. Thumbs are going to be up. Her feet are going to be together. Heels together. Her toes are pointed away from her. And then all she's going to try to do is banana her body. And essentially to do that, she's going to lift her chest and her quads and then go back down. You're looking at a 1-2 cadence. So up, 1, and down. And we're going to do 10 reps of that, guys. So if you've already done 2, you have 8 left. A little faster, Kel. I want it 1, 2. There we go. Get some extension in that lower back. try to lift those quads. The quads, for some of you, will be the hardest part. And then mostly for guys, we usually struggle with our shoulders. We have bigger arms generally, and it's hard for us to lift our shoulders because we're so jacked usually. All right, that's called the Superman lift off. It's also called an arch lift off. It's something you see in gymnastics. The next thing we're gonna do is work on your hips, okay guys? So we're gonna go up into a lunge stretch. So you're gonna put your left foot out. Your right foot's gonna be back with the foot turned in. I want your knee open. I want you looking at it, and I wanna make sure your knee is not over your toe. And how that would happen is if you step shallow. So I want you to step out nice and far. Try to keep your body square to the front, from shoulders to hips. Head is neutral, and what that means is it's just a straight line going down your spine. It's not canted. And then open that knee to the left, and squeeze your right glute under your pelvis, and then turn on your abs. And how you do that, think about someone's about to slap you, how you would tighten your belly. That's what we're looking to do. So the right glute is tight under the pelvis, the abs are on, and we're holding this position. You should feel this in your right hip or down into your quads. On a good day, you're looking for maybe 30 seconds on the stretch, but today we're gonna move it a little faster. And now you're switching to your right side. Again, I want that foot slightly open. I want the knee open to the right. I want to make sure my body's square to the front. My chin is neutral, spine is straight. Back foot can be turned in. And now we're going to turn everything on. We're going to squeeze that left glute under our pelvis. We're going to brace our abs because we're about to get slapped. And then we're going to lean slightly forward, not too much. Remember, our knee should not be in front of that toe or we step too shallow. Good. Working on those hips. We've been doing a lot of sitting, a lot of Zoom meetings with the shutdown, so we really want to open up your hips to get you primed and ready for the workout. Next thing we're going to do is actually call it a hip opener, and this is going to be a little bit of action for you, some heat. You're going to feel some heat on this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to line our hands up 12 o'clock like we talked about. Middle fingers 12 o'clock, hands shoulder width. Put your foot behind you, and then squeeze your feet, your heels together. You're essentially in a high plank position right now, which we're going to cover in our workout today. What we're going to do next, we're going to step our right foot outside of our right hand. Now, if you can't get it all the way there, do the best you can. So once you're there, I want that knee open again, and then you're just going to lift your chest and push your hips down slightly. You're probably feeling a lot of action right now in your left and right hip, and that's all good. That's what we want. We want to open these hips up. You can go ahead and relax by letting your chest dip a little, and then reset it. Good. Come back to your knee, shake it out a little bit, and now we're going to go to the left side. Push-up stance, step outside of your left foot, drop the hips, lift the chest. You'll see my back leg is nice and straight. It should be a pretty straight line on my spine. Again, really trying to open up these hips for the workout. All right, good. And then the final one, it's called the pigeon pose in yoga. It's going to stretch your TFL, your tensor fasciae latae. Back here, you're going to feel a lot of action in your glute when you do this. It can be uncomfortable, but this is something that really talks to you and lets you know what sitting is doing to your body. So if you really feel some extreme action going on here, that's something to listen to, and you want to kind of hit the stretch as best you can during the week. I don't do this every day, but it is good to do once or twice or 3 times a week. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to turn this leg 90 degrees. If you can't hit 90, just drop that ankle down so your foot will be closer to your hips. I usually grab my ankle and place it where I want it. But if you can't do that, bring that ankle down and bring that knee back a little. From here, we're trying to put that knee to the ground if possible, or at least push it down, and then turn to the right. If your right leg is bent, we're turning to the right. And the foot position is really going to determine how much you get out of this stretch. And I know this is uncomfortable, so just hold this stretch as best you can. I want you breathing. Good. Go ahead and relax and release that. It's a tough one, guys. Now we're going to hit it on the left side. So again, I grab my ankle, place my foot where I want it. Once I'm ready, push that leg down and turn to the left. Always turning towards the bent leg. Good, and release. All right, good work, guys. I'm happy with that stretching complex. What we're going to do now is just some basic, get your heart rate up a little, get your body a little warm, okay? Easy way to do that is just by hitting some jumping jacks. Super simple, goes back to the schoolyard. Kel will go straight, I'll go side profile. All we're doing is you're going to jump in. Where did I do that wrong? I don't know, but just start jumping out and in. Yeah, I think I'm opposite, but we're getting the same effect. So we're going to go for 30 reps here, guys. Soft on the ankles, soft on the toes. Start to wake up your body, wake up your legs. I guess I failed gym class. All right, guys, shake it out. If you have water, drink it. Whenever you're doing these online workouts, we want your water close by. Cool thing is, nobody can see you at home, so if you're getting your butt kicked, you're falling all over the place, it's all good. Nobody can see anyway. You can always pause the video to catch your breath, and we encourage that as you take this journey. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to show you some 4 movements. I'm going to do them the hardest way, and Kelly's going to do them a scaled version. So the strict way is going to be the one you want to achieve to eventually, but it's going to take time to build up to that strength for some of you. And that's perfectly okay. We're trying to show you that everyone can work out from the comfort of their own home or wherever you're at, and everything can be scaled down or progressive in nature, okay? So the 4 movements we're going to do is the high plank, we're going to do the push-up, we're going to do the body weight squat, and we're going to do the burpee, okay? And each one of those movements is going to have a scaled version. So I'll do the hard one, Kelly will do, it's all going to be hard, but she'll do the scaled progressive version of that movement. So, first thing we're going to do is the plank. It seems super simple, right? It's an actual gymnastic movement. And what we're going to do is really go into the fine details of how to brace your abs so that your back is protected and you're engaging your core more. So you're going to get more out of this plank than you normally would. So she's going to go straight. I'm going to go side profile. And what we're going to do, she's going to do the high plank. All right, and I'll do it with her, and then I'm going to drop it down to a low, which is a little bit harder, more difficult. But she's going to be, I'm going to teach you the version she's doing. So our hands are going to be 12 o'clock with our middle fingers as we talked about. I want them shoulder width. Don't set them too wide and don't go too narrow. Yes, you can always do that if you want, but we're going to show you the correct way today to do it, the most efficient way. So again, hands shoulder width. You're going to step your foot back. Now, here's the trick. I want you to squeeze those heels together. Brace your abs up. Don't be slouching and flat. You know, grade school they used to teach us to have a flat back, and that's not what we want. We actually want you braced up. So squeeze those heels. You're going to feel your glutes turn on, and then suck those abs inside at the top. Neck is looking straight at the ground. Relax the neck, and that's our position. Now, to make this a little more difficult, I'm going to go down to what's called a low plank. And now I don't have my arms outstretched. My elbows are in an arm triangle. My elbow is under my shoulder. I still have that little arch in my body. I'm still squeezing my glutes nice and tight. And then rest. Beautiful part about that is if you can't hold that plank, this is new. If you're feeling you're shaking and everything, that's the journey, guys. I do it some days, you know, the weekend's too rough. Come in and my plank's a little shaky. So it's just the journey. Don't get down on yourself. That's perfectly fine. At any time, you can just put a knee down and take a rest, okay, guys? Next, transitioning straight from that movement, we're going to do the push-up. Now, the push-up is tricky. It's going to require a lot of upper body strength. Some of us won't have it yet, okay? I'm going to do the strict push-up first. It's going to be the exact same setup as the high plank. So fingers are middle, 12 o'clock, feet are together. Now, everything straight in the back, a little bit of an arch. What I'm going to do is, my goal, and if you're watching, put your thumbs under your chest, put your elbows at 45-degree angles. Okay, we don't want them flared. We also don't want them too close. Flaring can cause shoulder injury, and too close is going to require a lot of tricep engagement, and many of us don't have the strength there yet to actually do that. So you want to find that happy 45-degree elbow position. Got it? So again, I'm in the up position. I'm going to hold my breath before I go down, and then press up and all the way through. I'm trying to squeeze my shoulders back as I go down. I'm squeezing them back to retract them, which is going to protect them from that shoulder injury we talked about. All right, so that's one version. Essentially, you want to break 90 degrees at the bottom and then lock out all the way at the top. The other version is what we call the snake push-up. So she's going to go all the way to the ground, and then she's going to snake, you're not going to release, she's going to snake her upper body up, and then squeeze her glutes to try to catch up with that upper body. So it's like that breakdance snake movement. Now, when you're just starting, you might have a really big snake movement, right? You might be able to only do one, and then you got to rest, and that's perfectly fine. We've seen it all. We work with athletes of all levels. You can do this if you stick with it. So don't get disheartened if this push-up is really difficult for you. Because we've proven that you can build strength and you can build up your push-up over time if you stick with it. So again, from the side, I go down, but I don't want to loosen my glutes. Keep those glutes on, and the more I can pull them up to catch up with that upper body, the better. Okay, guys? So that's the push-up and the snake push-up. We went over the high plank. We showed you the low plank. The next is what we're going to do is show you the body weight squat. So squatting is essentially sitting down and standing up. She's got her bench here. stand in front of it. Her foot width, can't see from the side profile, is going to be shoulder width. We all have different squat widths depending on our body type, okay? But for the most part, you're going to go with a shoulder width stance and your feet are going to be open slightly. Now, the way we teach squats is you're going to push your knees way out as you sit back. Your natural inclination is going to be to go to your toes, and we don't want that. We want you to push those knees out and sit your butt back and keep your feet flat, okay? If you're brand new to this, try thinking about sitting on your heels and your toes almost being off the ground. The next thing we're going to talk about is holding your breath. And the reason we have the bench here is for some of you who can't, you're not flexible enough to squat all the way down, you can use a chair at home or a bench. Notice she keeps her abs tight as she drives out. So here's the cue. She's going to hold her breath, sit back, touch, knees out, and then drive out through her heels. Give me 3 more of those. Notice her back is straight. Her knees are out. Abs are tight. Just like that, guys. Okay? So the setup is very important to establish a good squat position. And then it's also going to teach you where your mobility is at for the day. Next up, we're going to go over the burpee, the dreaded burpee. People hate burpees, but we do so many, they become second nature. And I promise, if you stick with us, they will become that for you as well. One sign of old age is how long it takes you to get from the floor and up. But for those of you that have ever gotten down to play with your kids or whatever, and try to get back up and you're like, ugh, you know, that's kind of what we're talking about here. So what do? I make my athletes hit the ground every day or at least 3 times a week. A lot, many times in one workout. And what that's doing is keeping them young. It's keeping them springy and bouncy. So they don't just hit the ground and like break a twig or something. And that's my goal, is to get them back young again, get them feeling good. And there are some steps to this movement. In the beginning, it will kick your butt. But what we're gonna do, she's gonna demonstrate the high burpee, okay? It's gonna be down, she's gonna squat down and touch the ground just like that. So stand back up. She's gonna go down, she's gonna kick back and stay high. And then she's going to come back in and stand up, just like that. So it's down, kick back, in, up, just like that, guys. So that's the technique we're going with. Kelly, you know, go ahead and grab that. Whoever that is. All right, we have a visitor at our gym, so we're going to go grab that person. What I'm going to show you now is the more difficult version of the burpee. And I'm going to do this from the side profile. The key here is to do it in cadence and to not overthink it. So I want you breathing throughout this movement. It's going to be down, back, in, and up, just like that, guys. So from the side, the first step is to squat down and touch the ground. My hands are inside my legs, and then I'm going to kick back and break my fall. And this is the most common error, this is the most common mistake people make. So they squat down, but when they kick back, they do a down push-up. And you don't want to do that because you're going to waste your arms, and we don't want that. We want you to just break that fall, guys. So it's going to look like this again. Down, back, break your fall, and now I'm going to go in, and I do the little break dance snake move, into the hop, and then up to a clap over our head to show that we got full extension and we achieved the top position that we're looking to teach people. Now, those are the 2 movements, guys. What we're going to do now, or excuse me, 4 movements. What we're going to do now is we're going to show you, take you through a workout, and give you a little taste of what we do here. All right, let me get my timer. If you have water at home, I want you drinking that. What we're going to do is we're going to work for 20 seconds, we're going to rest for 10 seconds, and then we're going to repeat that. We're going to do that for a total of 4 minutes. So we have 4 movements. We're going to do each movement twice, and we're going to cycle through them. So we'll go high plank, we'll go push-up, we'll go squat, we'll go burpee, and then we'll go back, and then we'll rest. All right, guys? This version of a workout is called a Tabata. It's a great fat burner, conditioning tool, can build your cardiovascular health, initiate strength, power output, tons of value. It's very simple. You can move and change the workouts all the time. You could do 4 core movements and then do 4 strength movements and be out of there in 12 minutes. And so that's the benefit of showing you guys this today. We have our timer, which will be counting down. I just want you moving smooth today, but if you're a fire breather, you can up that tempo. Okay, guys? All right, here we go. It's going to count down from 10 seconds, and we're going to start out in the plank. Kelly's going to be in the high plank, and I'm going to be in the low plank. So let's see, get this bad boy going. Remember, I want those heels squeezed together. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and up. And right now, we're holding that plank position. I want your heels together, glutes tight, and those abs braced up nice and tight. Back should have that slight arch. Engage in those abs. Hold on, doing good. If you're doing that high plank, your hands.
3, 2, 1.
All right, go ahead and relax. Next up, we have push-ups. You'll burn out quick on push-ups, so I want you to go slow and steady on these. Here we go. 2, 1, begin. Nice and smooth, guys. Full extension, full depth. We're halfway. Remember, if you need to rest, go ahead and rest, guys. No worries. 3, 2, 1, rest. 2 down. All right, next up is our body weight squat. You can be using this chair or you can do it freestanding. All right, here we go. Begin. Remember to hold your breath before you go down. Knees are out, back is straight, chin is neutral, meaning our spine is straight. Halfway. Abs are nice and tight. I want you sitting back on those heels. 3, 2, 1, rest. Shake out your legs. All right, get ready for it. The burpee's up next. Remember, breathe through the movement, stay rhythmic. Down, back, in, up. Here we go. So it's down, back, in, up. Down, back, in, up. Just like that.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And rest, guys. I want you breathing, recovering. And we're starting back on planks at the top. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Heels together. Squeeze those glutes tight. Halfway. Doing good, guys. Keep those abs sucked in. Glutes tight.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. All right, 3 left and we're out of here. 5 seconds. Starting with push-up, guys. Here we go. Remember, full lockout. Do the best you can. I want you moving smooth. Looking good, guys. Halfway. Three seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, 2 movements left. We have the body weight squat coming up next. And then we're done, guys. Hit the burpees and we're out of here. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Smooth movements. Back straight. Holding that breath. Halfway. We're doing this live at our gym right before our evening class. So got some athletes coming in. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, final round is burpees. 5 seconds. If you have it in the tank, try to push this one. Here we go. Down, back, in, and up. I want you breathing at the bottom. Don't hold your breath. And also don't breathe spastically. Halfway. Seconds. 2, 1, boom. Just like that, guys, workout is complete. This is just a little taste. Normally we would take you through a lot more, but we wanted to give you a little test workout, what we do with our online community. We've been doing it for months. It's been very effective. We have athletes from the UK, Colorado, Virginia, all around the country. Looking for some more. We would love you guys to join the team. So check us out at BlkOpsFitness.com and we'll get this thing started. Take care, guys.